guys, welcome to my channel, momsrulebabiesdrool. So this episode in particular I'm super excited about because we're doing our first mommy feature. Yay! So this is my good friend Heidi. We've known each other for years. We've had some fun, incredible memories. We've done a lot of growing up.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool to see us now as mommies and just embracing all of the growth that we've had. So I'm really excited about this mommy feature. She's also a blogger. She has her own little blog. And she has a beautiful 2-year-old daughter. So you want to introduce little Miss Amelia?
Yes. Amelia Adele is our very feisty, diva-ish 2.5-year-old. And she's the only child so far, but we're hoping maybe next year we'll change that, or at least try to. Well, we're trying, but
having fun.
Yes.
So we were having this discussion the other day, and we thought it would be a great topic to bring on, is about all these expectations that we put on ourselves regarding what kind of mom we're gonna be, the things that we will or we definitely won't do, and it sure never works out that way. It always seems to give you a slap in the face and see like, what about now? So we were talking about those things, and like, for example, we were talking about like when I was pregnant, I promised myself like I would never waddle. I would never be the pregnant woman with my hands on my head and just waddle my way through the mall or anything like that. And I don't think I ever waddled, but the other day my husband's brother was like, "Oh, you're still waddle," like and I'm like, I thought I never waddled. But
see, you didn't embrace the waddle, but I embraced the waddle probably sooner than I should have. I think I was like 12 weeks or something like that and started to poke out, and I was already like, "Excuse me, mommy coming through." Oh yeah, I embraced my waddle.
Yeah,
I loved it.
There's so many things. You know, you start planning for this baby and you want to have a boy, you envision yourself with a girl. Like, you have all these expectations when you're trying to find out what you're gonna have, and then you have like, "Oh, if I have a boy, I'll do this. If I have a girl, I'll do that." And I know you had like a little bit of an experience.
I experienced both sides of the coin, which, you know, was kind of fun. But at the same time, I remember we were about to do this really elaborate painting in the baby's room. We were gonna have like this custom painter come in, do the inside of a circus tent, and it was gonna be this really legit paint job. Well, something in my gut was like, no, you know, don't spend all that money. Something just didn't feel right about painting the room for a boy. So I called my friend, who thankfully, you know who you are, thank you, for, praise the Lord, that she scanned me, and she didn't want to tell me. So she had a friend come in who was a radiologist tech or ultrasound tech, and she didn't want to tell me. So then they called the radiologist in, and the radiologist was like, "Well, honey, those are not boy parts. Those are girl parts. That's called a labia right there." And I was devastated. David wasn't able to go with me because it was at night. He was working. But I remember calling him on the phone, and I was like, "Babe, it's a girl. It's a girl." And he was like, "What?" But he was such a trooper about it. But on the flip side, me being the shopper that I am, I did enjoy, you know, returning all the boy stuff, 2 closets full of stuff, and reshopping for a girl.
Yeah.
And girls are fun.
Yes,
to
they
shop
are.
for.
I have the worst time finding Memphis clothes. I mean, there's everything for girls, and then you go to the boys section, it's like this small.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then you do so good with like matching and like looking all cute and all that other good stuff. And here I am like, and Matt the other day was like, because we finally found something. So I was wearing like a shirt with like little pineapples, and Memphis was wearing like a pants, little shorts with pineapples. And Matt's like, "Where's my pineapple?" I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry, I couldn't find anything with pineapples for you."
Just come to me. I will hook you guys up. I have my insider ways of finding matchy-matchies.
Yeah, it's so crazy how the boy world and the girl world is so different. Like I have a friend who has like a dance mom, and it's so crazy. I struggled just with going to Cub Scout meetings. Like the struggle was real.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I haven't started that yet, but oh my gosh, we're thinking next year, like when she turns 3, maybe doing like dance lessons and stuff, but
yeah,
it's
I
so
have no idea how these moms keep it together sometimes.
I don't know, but I will, right now, let's salute to those moms.
Yes, moms. Absolutely, for sure. It's a big gulp.
That was good.
Yeah, that was delicious. So like one of the big things that I feel like there's such a huge pressure on with moms, it's like what you do for delivery and your birthing plan and all that other good stuff, which is good to have. It's awesome. I had a birth plan.
I did too.
And mine went pretty well. It didn't go so bad.
Mine got left in the car.
So how'd that go?
Well, let's just put it this way. So when I went into labor, everything happened really fast. By the time I got to Winnie Palmer, I was already 6.5 centimeters. I literally could not get out of the car. They had to get me with a wheelchair, and it was horrible. Get into triage, and that's like one of the first questions they ask, like, what, do you have a birthing plan? Do you have it with you? I had left it in the car because I felt paralyzed, so I couldn't even walk. So yeah, last damn thing on my mind was my birthing plan.
Correct.
So the lady was just like, well, if you have a birthing plan, we really have to wait for that. I'm like, I mean, there was fire coming out of my eyes. So that lady, she got the anesthesiologist as soon as she could. Bumped the birthing plan. My birthing plan went out the window.
Yeah, it's always good to have, like, just so you could, like, we had all these and we understood that things could have not gone up as planned. You know, it's obviously, let's be real here, but we did. We made like 10 copies on the small amount of ink that we had left, and it worked. It worked, I guess.
I know. When I told my doctor that we were doing a birthing plan, he all but looked at me like, oh, you're one of those.
Oh, but we go to the same doctor, and you know how many times we tried giving him that birthing plan?
I
was like, I got the birthing plan.
He's like, I need that next time. Need that next time.
Never saw that damn birthing plan.
He didn't see mine either. Mine was in the car.
Yeah, well. But there's all these expectations as to what you have to do, whether it's natural, whether it's C-section. And, you know, the most important thing is that it's your choice, whatever you want to do, and that you're okay with knowing that no matter what you do or no matter how it goes, that it's still natural. You're still bringing a baby into this world, so, you know, you need to come to terms with, you know, this is how it was meant to be, and now you have your baby in your hands, and bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I struggled with mine because I had such a healthy pregnancy that I never anticipated things with our birth going the way that it did.
Yeah.
So it was a struggle for me. I had like held it together. I hadn't cried. I was like, you know, I wanted an epidural right away. I never wanted to be Joan of Arc. Cheers to those women.
Cheers. Yes.
Who can. But honestly, I knew even from before that I wanted to have an epidural. But my epidural 3 times failed. So I pretty well went through. I was 10 centimeters when my epidural finally took. And then Amelia was in great distress. And unfortunately, I had to have her, you know, which wasn't on our birthing plan. I'm telling you, you have to just be able to go with it. But yeah, we ended up having to have a C-section, and in that moment, you do what you have to keep your kids safe and get them here.
Absolutely. I remember with my firstborn, it was my first like prenatal appointment, and I go in there and he brings you into the office and he starts talking to you about all these plans. And I'm like, well, I don't want a C-section. I don't want to be induced. I don't want the epidural. He's like, hold up. Like,
Yeah.
take it one step at a time. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And obviously this time around, I was a lot more open-minded. I had a plan, but I was fine with it, going a different route. But
Yeah.
you just kind of have to accept it and stop listening to other people trying to tell you, what type of mom you need to be.
Definitely.
And we put that pressure on ourselves as well. Like, I remember with my firstborn, I was like, he's not going to get a pacifier. Like, I was like, my baby's not going to have a passy. And second baby, I'm like, shove that pacifier in his mouth. Somebody help me out here. Put it, what kind? We're gonna get the ones with dinos on it, with the elephants on it. We're gonna get all kinds of pacifiers to get this baby to.
See, we were the same way. we had always talked about, because both sides of our family, like I never had a pacifier as a baby. My husband never had a pacifier as a baby. So we just kind of adopted that idea. I wasn't necessarily against it or for it. I just knew, I'd just kind of go with it. And we never ended up using one.
Yeah.
Amelia never saw a pacifier in her life.
That's
and
awesome.
Actually, when she would be with other children who had them, she would, like, if they would drop it, she'd grab it and stick it back in their mouths for them. She just had no interest. Which, to each his own.
I mean, I think you grow and you change parenting, and it's all about, like, everybody has an opinion as to what's right, what's not. So one of the one of the biggest things when it comes to babies is
Huge topic.
It's when they're wanting to eat. It's munching time.
Yes.
And there's so much stigma around, like, whether you're a full-time breastfeeder or whether you pop them a bottle or whatnot. I'm a full-time employee. I work full-time. And yes, I breastfeed 100% of the time up until 8 weeks, and I had to go back to work and do my due diligence. So pumping, I was good. I had a huge stash in my refrigerator, and I was all proud of myself. And something happened that unfortunately we had to discard some of that milk, and I fell behind. So came the conversation of, do we do formula? Well, we had to supplement because I had to catch up on my supply because I come home and pump. And sometimes if you have this conversation with someone else, with those moms that we don't allow on here, hi Felicia,
Bye, Felicia.
is, you don't, all you can do is the best that you can do.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I have to give my son sometimes formula. I do try, I will tell you, I mean, I'm not gonna try to be here fake, but I do organic formula. And I probably, let me reel myself back. I might not do organic formula if I was doing formula 100% because formula is expensive.
Yeah.
But because we don't do formula very often, I mean, we've gone through maybe one tub, and Memphis is 5.5 months, going on 6. Then we can't afford the organic. So I mean, realistically speaking, I can't tell you here whether I would do organic the full duration. You know what I mean? Because that's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, but and you put all these and things can go wrong. I mean, not everybody can breastfeed. Not everybody can. I know moms. I have a friend who went back to work, who went back to school, to college, a week after having her baby.
Oh,
isn't that rough? Like that's rough. Like kudos to you for getting that freaking
we
degree.
Again, we're cheersing
Carla,
to you.
Carla,
Carla, you get a cheers.
Yeah, you do. And it gets hard when you have to put in real life situations.
Yeah.
And you got to do what you got to do.
In my situation, she didn't latch properly, which affected my milk supply, and I went dry very quickly. And I did for the, let's see, she was about 3 months. I did for the first 3 months. I just breastfed her. And then,
which is awesome.
Which I was so thrilled for, because I got the experience. I would have loved to have been able to do it longer, but it wasn't in the cards for me.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say is, moving forward, if we did, have baby number 2, I will be better prepared, so I will be more aware of what to look for when my supply is getting low.
Absolutely. And
seeking help.
See, and when I had my 8-year-old, there wasn't all these resources that is out there for you.
Yes.
So this time around, I'm kind of like, I get obsessed with things. I do. And every little symptom I had, I would like go on kellymom.com and like look it up and be like, hey, what's this? And I do worry, because I pump while I'm at work, and I worry when I'm not pumping enough. But you know what? At the end of the day, you do what you need to do, and if you have to do a bottle. I remember when Memphis came home, he was jaundiced, and my doctor was like, listen, I understand you're fully trying to breastfeed, but I really need to know how much he's eating and how much he's willing to eat.
Same thing, yeah.
And she was like, can you give him a bottle? And I remember looking at my husband, I was like, how do I get a bottle? But you know what? After a few little upset moments here and there, and he got all excited, because he was like, now I could be part of this. Now I can feed my baby. Now I could play a role. Now I can help you. He was like, he saw a huge light. And I'm thinking like, no, I don't want you to help me. I want to do this on my own. And I was like, okay, all right. We gave him a bottle, and he was just fine. But at the same time, I think that helped, because Memphis has never had nipple confusion. I'm not gonna lie, when we gave him that bottle and we tried to have him work for the breast, he was like, oh heck no,
Yeah.
I don't want this right now. I want that thing that was quick and it flowed really quick. And the minute I saw him get frustrated, I took my time and I gave him a bottle, and then we tried again. And I'm so thankful, even though I was so frustrated and I was like, I can't believe I gave him a bottle. I can't believe I did this. I'm so happy I did, because now I have a baby who could bottle feed and breastfeed. He does not miss a bottle, and he does not miss a boobie. So we're good on that end.
We did both. I mean, I think she was about 2 months. She was just like on me all the time, which I didn't mind.
Correct. And I tell moms all the time, cluster feeding is the best, because that's what gets that milk supply and flow.
Yes. And the thing that we noticed was, at night it was the hardest, because it was like I wasn't producing enough. She was hungry. She was so hungry. So we started supplementing at night, and so I would breastfeed her through the day, and then at night is when we would give her a bottle. And Amelia didn't have any nipple confusion either. She picked right back up, no problem. But I think the biggest thing I would say for moms is just to don't beat yourself up.
Don't.
I beat myself up so bad over like, I'm a mom, I should be able to do this for my child. But don't beat yourself up. It's like, it's the hardest thing, when you're a mom and you want to be able to do things your way.
Absolutely.
But again, you've gotta go with the flow.
You do.
Really
you do. And I think what's made me realize that you gotta go with the flow is when you go to these different mom groups on Facebook, and you state an opinion about something and you get attacked.
Yeah.
And you realize, it's not, I'm doing the best I can as a mom. I am trying to figure this thing out. And I have a second child, and it doesn't make me any experience. Let me tell you, when I had the second child, I was like, who recently had a child? I need to know I need to go through this again, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And going from 1 to 2, it's like going from 1 to 10. Yeah, I'm still figuring this out. Yeah. but you just gotta go with the flow. So one of the other things, like I am that mom. I do make my son's baby food, and I do try to make it all the time. And I meal plan for him. I don't meal plan for us. I don't know what the heck we're gonna eat for the week.
Oh yeah, it's like when I make salmon, zucchini cutlets, and like quinoa for Amelia, and I eat freaking Captain Crunch for dinner. One of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he is like golden. And then, what do we eat? I don't even know what we're gonna eat for dinner
Like, babe,
tonight.
pick up a Little Caesars $5 pizza.
Exactly. Memphis, you get your pureed carrots. Yes, baby, organic. I made them last night for you. Yeah.
Oh, so you have one of those machines too?
I do, and I love it. It's a little baby brezza. Isn't it cute? And you put a little water, it steams it, and it purees it for you.
Well, I didn't get the baby brezza, but I got, I spent like, I don't even remember how much. I think it was like $200 on some like super fancy Ninja. And you want to know what I use it for now?
What?
I use it to make my chimichurri sauce. That's what I use it for.
So when I don't know what to have for dinner, I'm coming over. I don't know, it just makes me feel just a little bit better about myself when I got his food planned out. And while my 8-year-old eat McDonald's.
Well, they say that they're actually made with real... What was it made with before?
Is it PETA? PETA's gonna be coming after me. And I hope a lot of moms don't come after me after this because you will be blocked. But yes, my son eats McDonald's every once in a while.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. All in moderation, you know? But I will say, Amelia, she kind of went through a phase. She would eat vegetables, and now she will not touch. The 2-year-olds, they weren't lying. They're terrible. They're wonderful, but they're terrible.
They're horrible.
And she will not touch a dang vegetable. She won't. So you want to know what I do? I get those little pouches, those little tots.
Oh, yeah.
And they are organic. I get that organic in there somehow.
Extra 50 cents in there.
There you go. But it makes me feel better about myself.
It does. Well, you know what's so funny is that, you know, I'm Puerto Rican, and my mom and we all grew up on like verduras, holla if you hear me. And so whenever we would go to my mom's house, my mom would make, like, I remember when Rilito was little, she would make him some verduras with some egg and smash it up, and he loved it. Guess who doesn't eat mashed potatoes? My 8-year-old. So no matter what you do, it doesn't work out the way you want to, so
That's
don't beat
exactly,
yourself up.
no.
Don't beat yourself up.
And it's exactly why I consider myself it's whatever works.
Yeah.
Whatever works, that's what I'm about.
Yeah.
You know, the things in the books, the things in the movies, the things that you hear your friend do or your great aunt do on your daddy's side, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So
Absolutely.
you just have to,
yeah, take it all in, take all the information in.
Yes.
And see what works. If you guys notice on my previous post, I mean, I told you I read about breastfeeding. And that's pretty much what you have to do is just read and fill your brain with knowledge. Or don't. But you just pretty much got to do to survive and to keep going and to keep yourself motivated. And don't forget about yourself, you know?
Yes.
You tend to let yourself go, and that's okay too. Hey, I'm not shaming any mom out there. You do what you need to do that makes you happy, what fulfills you, and at the end of the day, we are our worst critics. I mean, we really are. We're really tough on ourselves.
Girl,
and
I
thank God for my 8-year-old that reminds me all the time I'm a cool mom.
And I think too, when we understand that there's not just one way to parent, there are many ways to parent. And, you know, being there for your friends. Like, I have a best friend who you know, we do a lot of things similarly, but there are some things that we're just complete polar opposites
Absolutely.
on. And that's okay. And something that you may do may not be something that I may do.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, there are things that we can learn from each other. We can grow from each other. And that's one reason why I wanted to thank you so much for doing this. I think it is amazing what you are doing. I think it's such a great platform for moms. And I'm so excited to have been a part of it.
And you will. You will see Heidi again.
Yes.
We definitely will. And I mean, that's what we need to do. We need to uplift each other and listen to each other. This channel isn't just about me, absolutely at all, okay? I don't have all the answers. I am not ashamed to say I completely rely on my friends, on my family, on what worked for them, what didn't. And even if what didn't, it might work for me. And so we will definitely see Heidi around more often.
Yay.
And we want this to grow. We want to feature more moms. We want to learn about it, all their different techniques. I mean, I'm so excited about the channel. I'm so excited about featuring moms. And I'm so excited to be putting such a positive aura out there and making moms feel good.
Good.
We need to feel good. We're like the bomb. We
are the bomb.
We are.
.com.
Yes, we are. Yeah. We do things. We do things. Yeah. So keep watching, and we're gonna link her blog below because she dresses adorable.
Yes, please come check me out on Instagram at Mama to Amelia. And it's MOMMA, the number 2, Amelia, AMELIA. And check out my blog. The link is on my Instagram account. So,
yeah. So keep watching and subscribe if you like us. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook, and comment below if you have any feedback, or if you're feeling this, if you're loving it.
if you love it,
Yes.
we know you love it.
Yeah, comment below, and see you soon. Bye.
All right, we're gonna cheers.
Oh,
one
yeah,
last
yeah.
time.
Hold up. Another you see refill. Yeah.
Cheers, girl.
Cheers.